Goldfish are one of the most common species of fish people choose when looking to get their first fish pet. Because many beginners choose them as their first pet, they are commonly mistreated. This is the reason that all goldfish owners need to be educated on how to properly care for their pets. Proper education on how to care for them could lead to longer lifespans and happier lives in general. That's why it's crucial for all goldfish owners to be educated. Something as simple as taking the time to listen to this speech can have a major impact on their pet's health and longevity. If everything is done correctly when caring for the fish, they could live to be 20 years old, and this can easily be achieved as long as you care for them properly. In this speech, I will be informing you of the techniques one planning on getting a goldfish would need to know. The average healthy fish can live anywhere from 15 to 20 years, and this could be a common occurrence if the fish is properly cared for, but it does not happen very often because many first-time fish owners keep their pets in gallon-sized tanks. Another common mistake that many owners make is they do not feed their fish the proper proportions. Things as small as these can really have an impact on the well-being of a goldfish. According to a February 2017 article about fish tank sizes named Fish Tank Size Requirements, a fish tank of the proper size is one of the very first requirements for setting up an aquarium correctly. People often overlook its importance. Undersized fish tanks can cause many problems. This is an avoidable mistake that is made way too often. In order for a goldfish to grow to their full potential and live a happy and healthy life, they are going to need a 30-gallon tank. And then, for any additional fish, you need to add 10 gallons. So if you have 2 goldfish, you're going to need a 40-gallon tank. The first and most obvious thing you'll need to include in their tank is clean and cool water. Ideally, the water in the tank should be anywhere from 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit because they are temperate animals. If it gets above 72 degrees, they could suffer from a lack of oxygen. You need to put something in the bottom of the tank. Aquarium sand is the best option because if you use goldfish tank gravel, then they could choke on the small pebbles. The final thing you're going to want to include in your tank is some sort of plants. Goldfish who live in more intricate environments tend to live longer, so the more plants, the better. It is also important to develop a feeding schedule for your fish. You need to feed them in small proportions all throughout the day while offering a variety of things for them to eat. Your goldfish should be eating no more than 6 minutes daily. You can feed them twice or 3 times during the day, as long as they can consume the amount of food you give them within 2 minutes. If they can't consume it within 2 minutes, then you're probably overfeeding them. You need to keep in mind that their stomach is around the size of their eyeball. Now that we've covered how often you should be feeding your fish, let's talk about what you should be feeding them. So you went to the pet store and bought the cheapest food that you could find. That's a mistake tons of people make. The cheap and basic goldfish food lacks supplements that your fish needs. Goldfish need things in their diet such as fresh vegetables and fruit, and even live things like freshwater shrimp. They require these things because they are natural omnivores. If you feed them basic store-bought flakes alone, they will experience digestive issues. They can eat small amounts of fish food flakes daily as long as you make sure to include some source of vitamins. According to the ebook, How to Care for Goldfish, goldfish need a wide range of foods in their diet to provide them with balanced health. The food goldfish most appreciate is fresh vegetables. Having a cleaning schedule for your goldfish's tank is another essential thing you will need to have. The cleanliness of your pet's tank can affect their health and happiness. If you have a tank without a filter, you're going to need to clean it twice a week. If you have a filtered tank, then every 7 to 10 days is acceptable. The steps to keep your tank clean are fairly simple. The first step is remove the water and leave 1/3 of the water for your goldfish to swim in. You're going to need to remove the old water from the tank with a tank vacuum. As long as you're removing the water, you will need to vacuum the waste and debris from the sand. Once you've removed all the water and clean off the sand, you will need to add new and clean water until it fills up 2/3 of the tank. Then you will need to add new and clean water and let your fish adapt to that water for about 15 minutes. After all those steps are completed, that's how you properly clean your goldfish tank. Everything I stated in this speech are the basic things one would need to know when caring for a goldfish. I hope you learned something new from this. Maybe one day you can use this knowledge to care for a goldfish or to help someone else.